Square, Real Madrid versus PSV Eindhoven, the match that was always the tie of the round. The first leg produced a 1-1 scoreline that would have satisfied Real. They were ahead just before half-time. Excellent work by Schuster, followed by Butragueño's diving header. PSV a changed side after the break, but they could only get one goal. Brazilian striker Romero heading home. 1-1 as they head to Madrid. And there's no doubting Real's form. A 4-1 win over Zaragoza at the weekend kept them top of the Spanish league. Sanchez celebrates goal number 2 in typical style. The third came from a key man tonight, Bernd Schuster, the free-kick specialist. So the teams for tonight's European Cup quarter-final second leg with a surprise, no place in the Real Madrid starting lineup for Spanish striker Butragueño, currently struggling for form. He's replaced at number 7 by Paco Llorente, nephew of the great Gento. Agustin in goal in place of the suspended Bayo. But PSV without 6 first-choice players, and they're a side who must score to go through. 0-0 tonight will not be good enough for them. The commentator is John Motson.
So the start of what could be a momentous night of European football in the Bernabeu. And already news to interest supporters back home. The Real Madrid coach here, Beenhakker, the man who George Graham might replace, has been given plenty of time to make up his mind whether he wants to stay here next season. The president, Mendoza, has said that Beenhakker can have any job he wants here at Real Madrid, and he'll make up his mind, we're told, in April. So that particular rumour is put to bed for the time being. And here in this quarter-final, Real, all in white, in the unusual position at home of knowing that they don't have to score. 0-0 here would send Real through on that away goal that Butragueño scored in Eindhoven, even though he's not playing tonight. A lot of whistles as Eindhoven get possession for the first time, playing in blue. That was Herretz. Famous stadium that's seen so many terrific European Cup ties in the past. Number 11 there is Martin Vasquez. There was a foul there off the ball. It's going to be a free kick. Sanchez goes hurrying across already. Well, they met in the semi-final last season, these two clubs. PSV went through then, and Real are looking for revenge. Sanchez has lined up the shot here from a difficult angle, but that won't deter him. Oof. Real power from the Mexican. Had a goal disallowed in the first leg, you may have seen on Sports Night, when he was accused of kicking the ball out of the goalkeeper's hands. Well, that seemed harsh, and that free kick was over the top. Still Real, whole command territorially. Number 11, Vasquez. 2 there, Chendo, the experienced right back. Foul, Jan Heitzer. Chendo was down, already bandaged on the right knee. He's just come back, actually, Chendo, from an injury. And Heitzer, the Dane, caught him here. So, Schuster. Real moving well. This is Vasquez. Schuster's just holding off to the right. Here he is now with a chance! Oh. Well, Schuster would expect to do better than that from there. Beautifully put in here initially, and then the ricochet gives him a chance, which he scuffs with the left foot. Hillhouse, good pace. He's got Romario in the middle. And PSV, who've got to play a waiting game in one sense, but know that they've got to score at some point in the match tonight to avoid going out. And now Agustin to face the corner. Cleared for him by Sanchez. Here's Ronald Koeman, who'll be playing for Barcelona next season, so he should get used to this atmosphere. The number 4, this is Herretz. Balks, number 3, trying to flick it on. Cordelio is in there. Here he is now. Real flow to the game when Real get possession. They do carry the ball well. Well, they're getting the ball wide to Paco Llorente. This is Michel. Sanchez trying to make room. Schuster. Good effort this time from the West German. Really struck that well. And this is a test for Lerdewijks, who's really been in only because of Van Breukelen injury, the keeper. Michel. Good skill. Gallego. Oh, they've got some tremendous players on the ball. One or two of them in the tradition of Real Madrid players of yesteryear, although it's 23 years since this great club won this competition. And here's a chance for Sanchez, perhaps. And it's Schuster again. And another good stop. Brilliant approach play, put Schuster in. Splendid build-up by Real. Watch Sanchez here, holding off Valix, waiting for Schuster's run. And he powers through, and Lerdewijks spread himself well. Corner really hit deep. Gordillo was there. So is Schuster, who's playing a central part in this first half, the number 8. He's all over the place. Plays it through again. He was fouled there, and a little bit of a scuffle off the ball involving Bernd Schuster. But the referee is playing an advantage. Esteban. Well, it was all happening there, but the referee thought that Real should play on, and Esteban saw the space open up for the shot. Still 0-0, and the nerves just beginning to show now. It's a tenuous situation, really, for both teams, and here is Valix for PSV. That's a good ball inside, and not a bad effort by Vandenberg. Best chance, perhaps, that they've had. Valix made the running on the right. Vandenberg in space, not a very good angle. And Agustin tested for the first time, really. Again, Gordillo. Every time there's a free kick, the whistles reverberate around this huge stadium. Fluent football, but so far without a cutting edge. Can Real provide it here? Bernd Schuster in conversation with the French referee. We've got to keep an eye on Sanchez there. Oh, Koeman is a ricochet and a chance, surely. Oh! And blazed over the top by Paco Llorente. Well, this was an opening, but he had to take it quickly, and it could have been deflected. Koeman. Let's listen now to this vast crowd trying to urge Real Madrid through to the semi-finals of the European Cup. Dutch have got some supporters here, but you could hardly hear them. Don't forget that PSV are the holders, having won the final on penalties last season. They've since lost the World Club Championship and also the Super Cup matches. But like Real Madrid, they lead their particular league quite comfortably, having won at the weekend. And here's Valix for them. Good pace to go past Cheddar. Romario! Oh, what a bad miss by the Brazilian. Now that was the best chance that PSV have had or are likely to get tonight. Surely he should have put this away. Certainly should have done better than that. Valix made a tremendous run. Good ball laid back, but Romario screws the shot across the goal. Well, at some point in the evening, PSV have got to start taking risks, and they are coming forward more now. This is Eric Herretz with the throw. Oh, and Schuster back defending. Herretz again. Heinze. They're attacking now from both full-back positions, but Real will be grateful of more space on the counter-attack. Paco Llorente makes the run. It's Van Aale who's gone across, and he's beaten him. A great chance for Real here, surely. And he's pulled it back, and here's Godilio. And wide. Godilio, of all people, with that left foot that's done so much good service for Spain and for Real Madrid. Beautifully laid back by Paco Llorente. An open invitation, and with the goalkeeper coming at him, he shoots past the post. Well, the crowd still getting over that miss by Godilio. How costly will it prove? Levy for PSV. Romario. And there's appeal for handball there. And one or two of the Dutch players looking at the referee. Vandenberg there. And did Chendo handle? I thought he did, but it's a corner. Well, that will be discussed, I'm sure, later. French referee waving away the appeals as Vandenberg takes the corner now. Really well pulled back for Koeman to fire it. And Valax. No near-post corners at this level of football, or in this type of competition anyway, because they're pulling them right back to the edge of the penalty area. Good to see the variety. And good to see continental football of such a high order being played here. A lot of invention, in spite of very high stakes. Bernd Schuster injured. Picked up by Vandenberg. This is the summit of every European club's ambition, the Champions Cup. And can Sanchez fulfill it here for Real? Good save by Lerdewijks. Desperate. Defending now by Heinze. Hugo Sanchez, top scorer in Spain for the last 4 years, usually puts those away, but it wasn't a very good angle, and it was a good stop. So, still it's on the boil, still it's 0-0, 1-1 on aggregate. Paco Llorente for Real. Good defending again by Herretz. Substitution then as Anton Janssen, the man whose penalty effectively won the European Cup for PSV, replaces Linskens. Anton Janssen, number 12. You may recall it was a penalty shootout between PSV and Benfica in the final in Stuttgart. And we could have penalties tonight should the score be 1-1 after extra time. That possibility still exists here in the Bernabeu. But it's 0-0 for the moment. Offside given. Godilio in the wars again. And Julio Llorente is warming up now for Real. Number 16. He's a defender, actually. But then again, 0-0 is good enough for Real Madrid, so perhaps we shouldn't be surprised. Schuster. Well, every tackle is greeted with derisive whistles by this crowd. Number 11 who went down there, Martin Vasquez, but the referee pointed towards the corner flag, and that's all he's going to get. And again, they pull the corner right back, Real Madrid. Michel. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. That's a penalty. Michel goes down. I think it was Vandenberg, the number 8, who was penalised. He's saying no. We can see it again as Michel tries to go down the outside, and Vandenberg, well, it was the slightest of touches, but it's a penalty in the opinion of the French referee, Michel Vautreau. And here's a key moment on this big European night, because Real Madrid have a golden opportunity here to take the lead on aggregate as well, of course, and it's going to be down to Hugo Sanchez and, of course, to Lerdewijks in goal. A big, big moment in Real's season, this. the shot from the much celebrated striker. Although I reckon Lerdovics did awfully well to get anywhere near it. He went to his right, he wasn't far away, was he? And the Spanish fans in an orgy of celebration. Real lead, 1-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate, courtesy of the left foot of Hugo Sanchez, but the goalkeeper touched it. Now PSV know that they must score, and if they did, we would almost certainly have extra time at 1-1, because then it would be absolute parity. Real, with just a few minutes to hold out. Sanchez gets his head to that. Manuel Sanchez, that is. Vandenberg. Well, they've nothing to lose in a sense now, PSV. They can go forward with even more freedom than when it was Leszko Sidik, their coach, on the bench with the moustache, and Dorge, his assistant. They've just waved people forward now to try and save the game. Schuster. Cordelio. Number 10, Hillhouse. Lofted ball for Romario. Bullocks is well forward as well, number 3. But Real now concentrating on not making mistakes. Well, there's a great deal of belief in the PSV side. They have, after all, got the European Cup to defend here. They won't go out minus a fight, but they're being stretched again. Barry Van Aler across, which is going to make it a very exciting closing period here. Schuster. Real will obviously be feeling a bit nervous. It's a priceless lead, but it's a terribly, terribly narrow one as the substitute Janssen gets involved. The crowd whistling anxiously. Bullocks. Vandenberg. Oh, Romario! Is he offside? No, he's not. It's a goal. And he's equalised. The Brazilian Romario. He was played on by the defender on the far side of the area and steered his shot past Agustin. The ball played in by Vandenberg. The Chendo, maybe number 2, who played him on. So 2-2, the aggregate score, but 1 each in both legs, and this could mean extra time. That's Paco Llorente. Oh, and Michel could have avoided any prospect of extra time there if he'd kept that shot down. Paco Llorente round the back. Good ball, but not a good shot. Well, there's the position. What a tremendous tie it's now developed into. And who's to say? Oh, there's a chance here for Real. It's Vasquez. It's Cordelio. It's a goal. No, it's not. No, it's not. He's offside. He's offside. He hasn't seen the flag. And they haven't either yet. Real drama here. It was played in for Cordelio, but the flag on the far side. Watch it go up there.
So PSV haul themselves back into the match and survive just to the end of 90 minutes. We rejoin this European Cup quarter-final towards the end of the first period of extra time.
That ball went out. Gallego leaving it for Michel. And of course the increasing possibility here of penalties. That was Paco Llorente, and he's forced the corner. Well, PSV know all about penalty competitions. They were in one, as I said, in that final last year, and indeed in the World Club Championship. But will it go that far? Sanchez wants to avoid that. In by Michel. Well, foul on the header. It was a push. Paco Llorente had a good match. Lots of excellent runs and crosses. And there was a foul given here. Lerby for PSV, that's really good play. Romario in the middle. Oh, and Valks came in and collided with Schuster. A clash of heads, and the German is down. Good cross by Lerby. Well delivered with the left foot. Vandenberg takes the corner. Oh, what a volley by Koeman. If you've got him on the edge of the area, it's worth pulling them back. Vandenberg must have put that corner back, what, 30 yards virtually. Lerby. Well, they'll talk about this tie as they talked about last year's semi-final between these two great clubs for a long time to come. Whatever happens now, that's Michel. Here's Hugo Sanchez. What a spectacular finish that would have been. Well, had that been a bit lower, it might have been one of the great goals of the European Cup. That's Esteban, number 3. Still in this first period of extra time. 1-1 on the night. 2-2 on aggregate. Penalties looming. But first, a free kick to Real against Herritz. Now waiting for Gordillo to get forward. Oh, Sanchez knocked that back. Vasquez! That's a goal! Martin Vasquez! Set up by Sanchez, and Real are in front from the free kick. Into that crowd of players, a lovely piece of chest control by Hugo Sanchez, and that volley by Vasquez has the crowd thrilled here in the Bernabeu and left the goalkeeper almost stationary. Well, PSV saved themselves in normal time, and they saved themselves in extra time. 2-1 down on the night. 3-2 they trail on aggregate. The holders of the European Cup may go out here, but Koeman will try and save them with that shot. That was close from Ronald Koeman. Struck it well enough. Well, Real Madrid have their noses in front again here, but there will be some anxious moments perhaps yet back there as Lerby goes in. Corner to PSV. They're not finished yet. Valks in there with Romario. That was Valks. There's Lerby, surely. What a great save by Agustin. The reserve goalkeeper made his name there. It looked a certainty for Lerby. And that, of course, would mean PSV would have been in front on away goals. If they score again, it's 2-2 on the night. And their 2 away goals, had that one gone in, would have counted double. Lerby's header, which would have gone in. Had it gone in, they were through. Instead, Real still hold the advantage thanks to this man. You couldn't ask for a European Cup match so finely balanced right to the end. And superb entertainment in the bargain in the Bernabeu Stadium. Michel. Crowd on their feet again, look. This is what we're missing at the moment, sadly, in English football, the heady competition of the European Cup. Nothing quite like a night of this sort in Europe. Romario. Still, Real have to work to protect their lead. Schuster. Gordillo. alongside him Esteban, number 3. Good chip back, a chance here to put it beyond all doubt. Mitchell was coming in from the far side, and it was a good cross by Esteban. Beautifully pulled back there. Well, there may just be about a minute of extra time remaining. A minute separating Real from the semi-finals of a competition which they dominated in its opening formative years, you'll remember, but which they haven't won since 1966. And here they are, threatening to put out the holders. Mitchell. Well, they might even play for time here. You could almost forgive them if they did, but they're not. Oh, hold back by Heinze. That's a poor challenge by the number 5. Particularly as his team want the ball at the other end as quickly as possible. And Sanchez, the man who was pulled over, will surely take his time in getting up. Real buzz around the Bernabeu Stadium as the supporters of Real Madrid count down the seconds here. Sanchez with Mitchell behind him. Butragueño. Well, trying to make an impact late in the game as a substitute. It's come out to the man whose goal looks like winning this tie now, Martin Vázquez. And all the way back by Mitchell. In fact, that was a silly thing to do. He's given away a corner when he could easily have turned and gone the other way. Now, if they score from this, he'll never forgive himself. Number 4 there. Hillhouse. And back in by Koeman. The semi-finals on a 3-2 aggregate, and PSV Eindhoven, the holders of the European Cup, have been knocked out here in the Bernabeu Stadium. The Spanish supporters able to relax now and celebrate, because this was a titanic tie. 1-1 in Holland, 1-1 tonight in 90 minutes, and then in extra time, Martin Vázquez gives Real Madrid a